You know, if you've been a long-time viewer of my channel, whether it being German, which is mostly the case, I guess, or English, which could also be a thing, because there's an uprising in English content at my channel at the moment, then you know that it takes a lot to trigger me, or to get like a negative reaction out of me. However, you know, recently I've started playing Overwatch, and before that, I had a friend that played it, and he was like, yeah, you know, there's this one character, Tracer, of course I knew about her, and yeah, he was like, you know, there's this like petition that some virgin not by choice started because he didn't like a victory pose of Tracer, and yeah, I decided to read up about it, so let's hop right into this. So I think you all know by now, like we are all a gaming community. Most of us play Overwatch, I guess. Good game. And yeah, this is what it's about. The good white knight wannabe asshole virgin not by choice. The guy probably wears like really tight-fitting pants, and yeah, never heard of an outside life before, and is just overprotective about his own inmasculinity. It's called Fips. And, oh yeah, here it is. A poster by the name of Fips posted a lengthy critique of Tracer's pose, because he doesn't have anything to do with his life, commending Blizzard for creating a diverse, interesting, and compelling cast of female heroes, but nothing that one Tracer pose. We are talking about a fucking pose. Ah, this guy in particular seems ill-suited for the character. Ill-suited for the character, it's a fucking pose. Can you not? You know, the thing is, the society as a whole is so pussified to the fact that we bitch about a fucking victory pose. I'm angry. This is from the Virgin Not by Choice, by the way. Fips. If I see this guy in game, you're gonna get shanked. From May to Zarya. Zarya? I haven't played Overwatch much, maybe like 13 hours. To Widowmaker, the female cast reflects a large spectrum of personalities and player fantasies, Fips wrote. May, by the way, is the overall best female character the game has to offer. Love that girl. Awesome hero. With that being said, let's talk about Tracer. From a marketing standpoint, she is the star of the show. Yeah, she was one of the first added, I guess. She's a great hero. Can't stand her, playing against her. When we look at the way she's portrayed in promotional media, lore, and art in-game, we know a few things about her. She's fast, she's silly, she's kind, she's a good friend. Her body seems to be compromised of about 95% spunk. Have you seen the butt on that girl? That's not family friendly at all. Fips notes that the majority of the artwork and videos for Tracer support those character traits, but her over-the-shoulder victory pose seems out of place. And this is this is the one that they actually fucking removed because of this skinny jeans wearing white knights. I can't even. I don't have any words for this. This is just fucking. What about this pose has anything to do with the characters you're building in Tracer? Oh wait, what about this pose has anything to do with the character you're building in? It's not fun, it's not silly, it has nothing to do with being a fast elite killer, it just reduces Tracer to another bland female sex symbol. How is that portraying Tracer as a female sex symbol? What is up there? Is there something even in there? I think if I would knock against this, it would come out as hello. What about this is a sex sim? I don't get this shit. Fips argues that the sort of pose is appropriate from a character standpoint for another Overwatch hero, the sultry French assassin Widowmaker. In fact, Widowmaker also has a over-the-shoulder victory pose, and Blizzard has made no indication her version of the pose will go away. I said they didn't pose it. A handful of male characters like Hanzo and McCree also share this pose. Yeah, why don't you bitch about that? Equality or some shit? This is... When someone makes a complaint about this, you know, let's say there's like this perfect game that you play, right? And there's nothing. You find nothing about the gameplay that you can bitch about. This is the case right here, I'm pretty sure. This guy doesn't mind this pose at all. He just wants to find something to bitch about, and then he picks like something that has nothing to do with the game at all. But still, he needs something to bitch about. I hate that guy. Tracer isn't a character who is in part defined by flaunting her sexuality. That pose isn't either. It's an over-the-shoulder pose. It's just like an action hero pose. What the fuck is wrong with this guy? This pose says, oh yeah, let's see what he says that this pose is telling me. Let's see. This pose says to the player base, oh, we've got all these cool diverse characters, but at any moment we are willing to reduce them to sex symbols to help boost our investment game. What I'm asking is that you continue to add to the cast and investment elements. You double down on your commitment to create strong female characters. You've been doing a good job so far, but shipping with a Tracer pose like this undermines so much of the good you've already done. The worst thing about this... my god! The worst thing about this is that Blizzard actually condoned this. Overwatch game director Jeff Kaplan wrote in the final post of the thread, "We'll replace the pose." Why? Because all the other fucking kids were spamming that bullshit? We want everyone to feel strong and heroic in our community. The last thing we want to do is make someone feel uncomfortable, underappreciated, or misrepresented. Apologies, and we'll continue to try to do better. Why do you apologize? This... okay. There's something... There are two things wrong inside the mind of this fucking person who bitched about that. Number one, he's a pussy. No doubt about that. Like, if gaming back then, NES, let's say like around the 90s, you know, SNES came out, right? Final Fight came out. Even then, Final Fight also, by the way, had like censorship because they, in the first two games, I think it was, they added, or they removed the female fighters you had to fight against, and in the third one they actually added it in. But let's say Overwatch would have been released back then, and it would be to the standards that we have right now. Do you really think anyone would give two shits about a victory pose like that? Seriously, it's a fucking victory pose. Victory poses in this game work that you unlock them with in-game currency, I think. I know that you can get them out of loot boxes, or not loot boxes, out of, you know, when you level up, you get a loot crate basically, and you can, I'm not entirely sure. I only played it for 12 hours, you know. But I leveled up today and I got the coins, and then I saw that you can actually buy victory poses for that. It's nothing that impacts the gameplay at all, and it's not a victory pose that everyone has. And it's not even a gesture that everyone has. You know what I mean? This is just... this guy is a pussy, honestly. This guy is a straight up fucking bitch. No doubt in my mind. That something is wrong inside this guy's brain. That's the first one. The guy is a bitch. And the second thing that is wrong with his brain is kind of hard to explain this, but it is. Let me see how I can phrase this. Let me just a second. It is about how you look at things. You know what I mean? Like, there are some things that are not sexual or violent, whatever the case may be, to certain people. And then there are things that are, like, sexual to other people. If you just, let's say someone is doing a cosplay of Tracer, right? And she's doing or he, you know, to each their own, is doing that victory pose, which you really, I would think, yeah, you know, that's cool, it's a good job, you know, looks awesome. no one would see that as a sexual pose. Not even like you could like do like a cosplay of Jill Valentine from Resident Evil 3, best game in the world by the way, or I don't know, like from May from Overwatch, and do the over the shoulder pose. And over the shoulder pose is not fucking sexual. Are you out of your fucking mind? God. However, what I want to say, first up, Phipps, fuck you. You're a fucking asshole. That the fact that Blizzard actually apologized and like gave this guy, if I would have been Blizzard, I would have said fuck you. Are you fucking insane? I mean, I don't know. Like, does it say? Let me see if there are actually some other people who were like, yeah, you know, let's sexualize, let's ban this. Some of which agreed with the argument, and others who vehemently opposed any alteration to Tracer. Exactly. But one response mattered most and shut down the thread, and that was the one from the Overwatch game director. Why do you give in to this? You know, best thing. Speaking of like pussifying, I'm currently playing No More Room in Hell, as you've seen on my channel, and I really love that game. And there was one thread, multiple ones I guess, where people said, you know, we don't like that there are kid zombies, like children zombies. By the way, I would add them out of the game because they're fucking annoying, because they are fast, they are small, you don't really see them. And yeah, you're most likely to get infected and then die. And that sucks in the game. But there were multiple threats that they want to... where they said, you know, we would really appreciate it if you would remove the children from the game because we don't really like killing children. It's a fucking game. And what I really like about this, honestly, the developers are awesome. And they said, we are not gonna censor our game, period. I love that. You don't go up, it's just the same like with a painting. You know, like, for example, the Mona Lisa, right? You don't go up to the Mona Lisa and say, you know, I don't like the nose in that picture. I don't like the nose of Mona Lisa. Let me just like deform it to the way that I like it, you know? Because I'm a fucking bitch. I'm a fucking pussy. And, yeah, everyone has to oblige with that, whether you like it or not. Because that I didn't like it before, and now I like it better. And now everyone has to like it better. Right here, loke to the brain, motherfucker. But yeah, you know, the developers from No More Room in Hell said we're not gonna censor our game, so fuck you. If you don't like it, don't play it. Exactly my case in point. With that being said, I'm also, you know, one of the group that says, you know, I'm from Germany. I'm living in Germany, and we deal with gaming censorship still to this day. Like the first now it's Dead Rising, I think. Father Rising, maybe even Mother Rising. You know, the one zombie game where like trapped in a mall. I think it was Dead Rising. The first one didn't even come out in Germany because I don't know. Killing Floor 2 is uncensored in Germany, which is pretty awesome. Fallout 3 was censored, and Left 4 Dead 2. Best examples, by the way, Fallout 3 and Left 4 Dead 2. They are USK 18, which in Germany means that you can only purchase them when you are an adult. Why in the fuck do you censor a game that is catered, or that you can just purchase when you are an adult? Loke to the brain. Again, why do you censor this? You are an adult already. Why do you censor a game for adults? It makes no damn sense. Needless to say that obviously, like, people can tell the difference between a zombie and a human, and people can definitely tell the difference between a boomer and a fucking real person. Aside for team killers, obviously. But what I want to go, or what I actually want to say with this, while as I said, I am a strong supporter of releasing games as they are. Every game has its purpose. Like, there is the game Hatred that was released on Steam, and then it was pulled down. And I think it's up again on Steam. I think it's unavailable in Germany, however. Big surprise. The game is boring as fuck from what I've seen, though. But, yeah, there was also, like, a huge complaint about Hatred. It's just about killing people, and we can't support this, blah, blah, blah. Where I just say, fuck it, it's a fucking game, just release it. And, you know, actually, games like Hatred thrive from controversies, as you might call it like that. By the way, I'm gonna leave the victory pose right here just to piss this fucking guy off. I doubt that he sees it, but whatever. Case in point, what I want to say with this. Again, I'm all for releasing games as they are. Every game has its purpose, but people get triggered about this. Is fucking insanity. Look to the brain again. But there is one game that I have discovered lately. It was released 1986, I think. The thing is, it's a Japanese game, which could be the reason why no one really made a petition about it or got upset about it, because the game is only known in Japan, and even there, it's only known to a very, I was about to say large, a very small amount of people. If you watch a certain YouTube channel, by the way, you might have heard about it before. But thing is, with that game, this is a game where I would say this game has no right to exist whatsoever. It is literally, I've watched a good share of shock videos, as you've already seen on my channel, by the way. So yeah, you know, it's just a game or a piece of media. Like, from everything that I've seen, played, and anything, and listened to, this is by far, honestly, not even kidding, this is the most vile, disturbing, disgusting, and just downright, it's just a disgusting game. Honestly, there's no other way around it. And the only reason, as I've said, why no one got upset about it is, number one, because it's so old that it actually was released before the internet actually became a big thing. And number two, it was only released in Japan for a good reason. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a public service announcement right now. I'm gonna play the probably most disturbing game that you have ever seen in your entire life. I'm gonna play it on this channel, obviously without face cam, and I'm gonna need moral support. So Sig is gonna be there, and he has never seen this game. Like, I have asked him if he wants to be part of the Let's Play, and he was like, yeah, sure, you know, but I don't want to know anything about the game. And I just said, like, you know, I'm not gonna show you anything because I want to see your honest reaction. And I'm gonna call it right now. First reaction, probably also from you guys, is gonna be, you know, that's like hilarious. But when you actually think about, or when you've seen this game for a certain amount of time, you're gonna think, and then you're gonna see, and then you're actually gonna realize what the fuck is going on, and then you're really gonna question why this game was even developed in the first place. So, yeah, this is just a short warning. Probably the most disgusting game that you've ever seen in your entire life. I'm gonna play that on YouTube. December 1st is the upload. I haven't recorded it yet. I had to play it beforehand to actually figure out the controls, because I know that the game is notorious in terms of controls, because they are fucking garbage, and I can tell you they are. But yeah, we're gonna play that, and I'm gonna see. Maybe I'm gonna make the video public. Maybe I'm gonna make it unlisted. We're gonna see about that. But yeah, definitely, if you want to see it, then fire away. December 1st is the upload, and may everything stand with us. Until then, see you then. And stop being so fucking pussified, honestly. Disgusting.